these cards. Let's see what's going on here. All right, Spirit. Okay, Lord. That's too many. Let's see what's going on here. Cloud of unknowing or embrace the unknown. Cloud of unknowing or embrace the unknown. Embrace the unknown. Venture into the mystery with an open heart, welcoming the lessons hidden in uncertainty. Pathfinder, trust your inner compass to illuminate your path through love and career, revealing the direction your soul wishes to explore. No illusions. Ooh, I love when this card comes out. No illusions. Stay grounded in truth, embracing reality with clarity and wisdom to navigate life's journey authentically. Embrace the unknown, Pathfinder, no illusions. And I'm channeling the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. OMG. OMG. Here we go. Excuse me. Mountain of Mastery. Ascend towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the stoic presence of the Mastery Mountain pathway. Didn't I just say something is given yesterday, today, tomorrow? And this embrace the unknown with the Mountain of Mastery is kind of, I feel like this is what, I feel like collectively this is what the fuck is starting to go on, honey. Somebody in this collective is starting to embrace the unknown. And it might be uncomfortable. That's why it's coming out like that. Because I feel uncomfortable up in this energy. Because why is this coming out like this? But okay. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Pathfinder and Emerging Dawn. I feel like this has something to do with core healing, solar plexus as well. You are your inner compass here. You've been your inner compass the entire time. Is someone having a what do you call it? Your higher self is currently guiding you. Okay? You have descended into the awakening that your higher self is now guiding you. And when I say that, I mean that if you were praying to your higher self or praying about your higher self is already within. Like it's already here. Like literally no fucking illusions. Maybe, and I feel like this may have something to do with being in your current reality here. I feel like I'm talking about if you disguise yourself as someone of an unknowing mentality here, you learn the most. Okay? If you disguise yourself as someone that knows it all, you're gonna miss out on some important things. If you see things with conviction, you will always be having clarity here. And somebody has ascended from their ego here. Well, not ascended, but you've put your ego in its place. Okay? You've put your ego in its place here because it could have been putting you in this cloudiness. This cloudiness here of like uncertainty even. And maybe even overstaying, energetically overstaying. Energetically overstaying your welcome in situations that you were doing shadow work in. Hello, hon. Welcome back. Yeah. I know I was saying something a couple minutes ago about somebody's mind playing tricks on them here. And I feel like this is something where a lot of things, a lot of things that were kind of going on was because of the uncertainty that was going on with this no illusions up here. So this says vortex of creativity up here. It says spiral into your creative vortex, unleashing imaginative power to manifest your dreams to reality. Emerging dawn, trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise here. So the entire time, yeah, okay, thank you, Spirit. So the entire time, you were embracing fear. What are you afraid of? That's kind of what this is. What are you afraid of? And why are you afraid? Afraid of the outcome? There are no illusions up here. Ooh, that's what this is. You're not the one under illusion. Other people are. So, there are people that are thinking that they're going through awakenings here, or thinking that they're going through something spiritual. Someone's solar plexus chakra is, your solar plexus chakra is healed. I don't know if somebody before was coming after you, like coming after your can I rearrange these around, because this feels scrambled up to a point where whoever was trying to project some shit, it didn't get through, because this makes no sense. Hold on. Okay, that makes so much fucking sense. Thank you, Spirit. The time is now. Okay. Like I said, there are people that are thinking they're going through something spiritual because you bewitched them, or they thought they bewitched you, and now they think they're going through something spiritual. Okay. There are no illusions here. Divine timing. Okay, so no illusions, mountains of mastery, divine timing, emerging dawn, embrace the unknown, vortex of creativity, pathfinder, embrace solitude. I feel like this is the energy of somebody trying to mimic everything you went through, which will kind of be disrespectful, especially if you have gone through a lot of like core healing. Like this does feel like core healing. What you've had to do to find your confidence and get your spark back. What you've had to do to have faith in what it was that you wanted and where you were going and how things were taking place here. And these people are watching what they couldn't stop as well. Okay. These people are watching what they couldn't stop. It's as though they thought that there was never a what do you call it? It's like they thought there would never be a point in time where you would reclaim your power back or something. River of release, drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens guiding towards renewal. Maybe in the past you've had to get creative with this is so weird. You've had to get creative with what you had while being in a position of complete, it's either because it's like you could look at it 20 different ways, so I guess I'm gonna just try to get it out there. There's a situation of having to get creative in the midst of trying to survive. There's a situation of having to get creative with the way that you've had to show up for yourself after people have purposely not been there for you and have caused you some sort of turmoil. There's this ideal of having to be creative in the midst of being dragged, trying to be creative while people are constantly betraying you, trying to be creative, just in ways where you're trying to keep yourself in total fulfillment in the midst of things taking place, okay? This river release thing here is kind of what you have ascended from. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, this feels like descending and then ascending again, and allowing for your ego, allowing for your ego to kind of be the carrier. So when people were projecting things, they were projecting it at your they were projecting it at your stunt double. I will say stunt double. Imagine yourself being a twin. There's two of you, okay? And people were doing shit against the other part of you that was probably made to withstand the harsh weather, okay? Hear what's unsaid. Tune into the silence for truth. For truths that words cannot express. Listen deeply. On your own. It's time to take some alone time or be single to get a new perspective. Whoever was projecting something, this feels like emotional incest. This even feels like manifesting off your pain. This even feels like people projecting that it's this figure it out on your own energy. You figured everything out on your own while people were in the midst of kind of betraying you, derailing you, you figured it all out. Okay. Let's see. Labyrinth of choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. You can almost say it was like destined for you to be in those vulnerable positions of feeling like a piece of shit. Okay? Like, what? It was destined for you to be in the position of feeling like a piece of shit, even though you've been wearing your purpose on the outside of you and you are wealthy in spirit, baby. It was within the divine timing to feel like a piece of shit, to be treated like a piece of shit, and to possibly even be looking like a piece of shit. It was your stunt double, I'm telling you. Seriously. Planning phase. Take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may turn your goals into reality. You know what happens when you're trying to get stuff together? You might look a little crazy. You don't have time to kind of take care of yourself because you're so busy trying to get stuff done. But imagine that being like the lifestyle at the moment. You look like shit, you feel like shit, and you're going through shit because it ain't shit you could do at those moments. Just gotta coast it the fuck out. And that's why these people feel like they're going through something spiritual. Confirmation. That's why they feel like they're going through something spiritual, because these people actually are going through all that stuff they put you through. The only difference is they don't have a purpose. They're just going through shit. Like, they don't have a purpose, or kind of, they were putting you through that stuff to make you feel like you don't have a purpose. But these people are really going through this shit and they don't have a purpose. So it's like they're going to have a hard time trying to they're gonna have a hard time trying to bounce back and stuff like that. And you may have had a hard time bouncing back. Souls of Balance is up here again. Okay, seek equilibrium in love and career, harmonizing your inner scale to weigh decisions with both mind and heart. And bless your hearts, collective, because you're so damn intuitive and empathic. It's like you absorb this stuff and you mistaking it as your own experiences here. Even after you've well ascended away from the shit. The reason why you're feeling this stuff, or have been feeling this stuff, because of the shift that was going on. Shifting the tides. Notice how when you're shifting the tides, everybody makes it their business to try to put their foot on your neck, because they be thinking that they're in a position to try to play God over you, over the material realm. So it's like, people make you feel like, oh, you lost yourself. You're not the same you used to be. The whole time you're evolving spiritually. The difference with that is these people finna be going through shit, looking like shit, experiencing shit, because the shit that is going to be taking place in their life is going to be pretty much showing them the results behind their own predestined choices in their own life, let alone to be trying to project that onto anybody else. When you sincerely and genuinely needed help, or nobody wanted to take that risk to help you, but you always took risks to help other people because you knew that you would never lack, and you knew that whatever it is that you help out with, that ain't gonna be the last. But then it was like when you went down to your last, everybody found amusement in it, because a lot of these people was only asking for help because they know you had it anyways, and they just wanted to have the ability to feel like they were taking something from you. Now it is cowardice to try to come up with something like a scheme or a lie or something just to get help that you don't need, in order to see somebody without. And then when they come back to you and they need a favor return, you want to make it your business to not help them just because you were operating from some type of animosity within your own soul and stuff like that. Okay, so that's why these people think they're going through something spiritual, and it ain't nothing spiritual about any of the stuff that they got going on. What these people are going through is their own bullshit being slapped back into their face. Okay, their own bullshit being slapped back into their face. It's not nothing spiritual like an awakening or nothing. And I know I've been talking about finances a lot in this evening here. Somebody had the choice to be able to help you, or to be able to even, and it goes back to that thing where they decided not to, because in the position of them knowing that you were in that vulnerable state of needing their help, they just wanted to feel good about themselves, so they made it their business not to help you. And that was them being tested by God, and that's what they didn't know. Yikes, yo motherfucking bad. The fuck, yo bad. So trying to play God over your life, but God was testing them. Yeah, see, when you oh, that's fucked up. Okay, so now it's like moving forward here, your goals turning into a reality here. Okay, things are coming into balance. There's a lot of emotional cleansing, banishing here, emotional resurgence and stuff like that, like a renewal, a real renewal. This renewal is bringing in emotional fulfillment. Okay, this is what that shift is. Yeah, when you were asking people for help because you just did not have it, you may have felt like you did something wrong, but what was going on was God put you in a position to be the tester. Okay, you didn't just get emptied and stuff like that just so people can laugh at your downfall and stuff. It wasn't a downfall. Spirit was using you as a vessel. And it's crazy because you can go from having everything to having nothing, and you don't know why. especially when you know you're a noble person and you work really hard to obtain what you have. You were going through a serious transition initiated by spirit. And so spirit used you to test the people around you to see if they would be able to help you. And no matter what your situation was, you know what I'm saying? Because you were helping these people over and over and over and over again, and they ain't never repay you. And then when you found out why they couldn't repay you, you found out through the way of spirit using you to test them. And so if you did feel like shit, spirit was using you as a vessel to literally mimic the disgusting heart that these people have. So that's why these people are going through certain things that and you probably didn't know, like, you know, life is coming down really hard. What did I do wrong? You didn't do not a damn thing wrong. What you did was you started embracing your truth. And once you started embracing your truth, the wrong things disappeared out of your life. And it seemed like you got left with nothing. Okay? When in actuality, you were just surrounded by a lot of fake love and lust, animosity, greed. Okay? That's why. Okay. I don't want these cards, because these people don't want these messages to come out. Oh well. Open to receive. This is literally a game of chess, honey. Invite abundance with open arms. Embrace the blessings waiting to flow into your life. If people would have helped you in those times that you really needed help, baby. Because it has something to do with people thinking that whatever it is that they want, they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that they need help with, they think they need help with it because they are taking risks for something that is going to allow for them to catapult into something good for themselves, you know? But if you don't deserve it, you know, like if you don't deserve it, what makes you think you're gonna receive it? Matter of fact, you don't deserve it, and let me show you why. I'm gonna send in a decoy to ask for help. And if you don't help them, you ain't getting shit. That's what you were being used for, collective. Seriously. And yeah. That's what you were being used for. This feels like years later. That's what the energy feels like, years later. Years later, all this shit is finally hitting the fan after you've secretly after you've secretly crumbled into pieces. Years later, it's because spirit wanted to literally align all this karma that's being dished out. Like, yep, you, and then you created a pattern out of that shit. Oh, you really fucked. Seriously. Adapt and thrive, or winds of fortune. Adapt and thrive, or winds of fortune. Allow the winds of fortune to guide you, to guide yourselves maneuvering through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability. Everything on this spread is about you receiving, you finding balance, you finding emotional resurgence, you planning ahead and choosing wisely, you being able to be aligned, you choosing alignment over misfortune. And the years later energy feels like people are going to be finding out why they're going through what they're going through. Because some of these people was hiding it. They've been going through stuff even while they was asking you for help. That's why they were asking for help, because they were going through stuff. And if spirit got you in somebody's life and they're like, I'm going through a lot, could really use a lot of help, blah, blah, whatever. And you just do whatever it is that you can do to help them improve the quality of their life. And they still aren't able to climb themselves out of that trench, okay? And then they just get addicted to you helping them and giving to them and stuff like that. And then when the roles change and you need a little favor, and all of a sudden you become the sacrifice for the humiliation and stuff like that, it kind of shows, you know, it shows people why it is they're going through what they're going through. Not to say that you're the reason for people having hardships, but you are part of the lesson for people to learn. People are going to be looking back and realizing, you know, that they should have never tried to take advantage of divine alignment or divine timing. Shoot, talk about God works in mysterious ways, baby. Getting better and take great care. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Welcome improvements one step at a time. You are trying to find your footing again. The steps of faith. Trying to find your footing again. You're trying to find your footing again because you lost your footing and didn't know if you were going to ever gain it back. You're gaining it back now. You may be a little nervous and you may be clumsy, but it's hidden excitement. Take great care. Nurture yourself, prioritize well-being, and tread gently on your journey ahead. Literally. You couldn't take care of anybody any more than they could take care of themselves. And you knew that, but you really just do things from the heart. Something about heart chakra. Your heart chakra. Your heart chakra was never blocked. It was never broken or nothing. I mean, you may have felt that way, but again, Spirit gonna always come and fix your crown. What is this thing about when people get around you, they gloat what they got and stuff? The whole time they're not meaning to do anything good. They're gloating what they got because they're in poverty. They're not gloating what they got out of celebration. They're gloating what they got because they're being selfish and they're in lack and poverty. And you better not ask me for help. You better not ask me for help, motherfucker. What? And that's exactly what God is showing them. It ain't about holding on to everything. How you gonna get anything if you scared to spend? And that's the lesson that you were teaching people. Because you weren't afraid to spend. You weren't afraid. You could have been down to your last $5 and somebody call you, ask you for 10, and you like, ooh, you know what? I know I'm gonna get it back. I got 10 for you. Well, I got 5 for you. That's half of the 10. What can you do with that? You know what I'm saying? But if it's you, they ain't got it. How you gonna get anything if you're afraid to spend, honey? So these people just wanted to spend your energy. You better not ask me for help, but your energy is a requirement. Give it to me. No, baby. No. That's what people be thinking God is. They think God is an unconditional source to receive from. You have to reciprocate with everything that you seek balance in. You know what I'm saying? How don't you reciprocate with something but you expect the most? You have to reciprocate. If you don't reciprocate anything, you don't get nothing. You stay the same or you lose what you're trying to hold on to. Don't be afraid to, So this hits a lot deeper. It's deeper than money. It's deeper than clicking up or whatever people was doing is way deeper than that. So that's why these people really think they're going through spiritual things. They're not going through spiritual things. They're getting what they deserve off of who they are as people. I mean, you so busy looking on the outside of you, you never self-reflected to see your own flaws and to see where you need to enhance who you are and to operate from soul honesty instead of, trying to shade the truth and run and hide from, okay, whatever. If you were trying to turn blue in the face, trying to express your grace to people, these people turning blue in the face, wishing they would have had that connection with spirit. And that's the thing too, people be dragging around that stuff, that spirit and God and stuff like that, and they be the ones that are the most disconnected from God. They be the most disconnected because they're so greedy, they're so selfish, they're so imbalanced. And it's okay to be in those imperfect positions, but when you're connected to God and those things start to weigh in on you, the best way to fix it is by being righteous. Righteous in a way of knowing that you are on the right track to be a compassionate, giving person. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as harboring everything and just choosing not to, kind of do what's right to create balance across the board. When you need to create balance across the board and you're in that position to do so, that means pouring into everything that is a part of the balance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the scales are going to become imbalanced because there's some imbalanced things taking place. There's some unfair things going on. There's some, how do you want for someone to keep investing their energy or their time into something and you're not reciprocating nothing, but you're demanding balance, or you're demanding teamwork, or you're demanding somebody be unconditionally loving and accepting of your bullshit? Not at all. Embrace courage. Open your mind, learn from experiences, let answers unfold in your journey. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of you all along. Compliments to India Irie. Fully immersed, everything you want is around you, just waiting for you to see it. Yeah, these people was mishandling everything. And it was a mistake to think that because they thought they had it and you seemed to not have it at the time, that they were just instantly over you or just instantly superior than you. You don't have superiority because you are rich in material, or because you are rich in ego, or because you are rich in, lies and delusion. These people mishandled the fuck. They mishandled the fuck out of your generosity, kindness, and your heart. Damn. Vortex of change. Engage with the vortex of change, where energies swirl in transformative dances, molding anew. Yeah, they had the opportunity. They literally, you were the fuck. I'm telling you, you were being used as a vessel. Because if these people was hollering at the top of their lungs that they won't change, they won't growth, they tired of stagnation, they tired of same old, they tired of struggling, they tired of this, tired of that, blah blah this and that. And if you tired of what's going on, be the change that you want to see. Not be in denial about being imbalanced and kind of, because what the truth was is that these people have been struggling the entire time, and it was your energy that was helping them gather this false confidence. You can use somebody, but that does not mean that you are anchored. You're using someone for false superiority. That does not anchor anything for you. So that's kind of what this is. This is some shit. There's a lot of water on this board. Like a lot of water. So this emotional vampirism and manifesting off of your pain and stuff like that, they didn't manifest anything off of you. They didn't manifest anything off of you. We got magic opportunity up here. Embrace the unexpected. Seize the chance for transformation. That's what this was. These people didn't seize the chance for transformation as you were being used as a vessel to test them. That's a great confirmation there. When you say you're tired of stuff and you need to be the change you want to see with everything, and you don't take that opportunity, you don't want nothing for real. You don't want nothing for real. You just talking outside of your neck, honey. There's so much fucking water. Wow. Highest good, embrace the journey with openness, trust in the universe to lead you toward your greatest fulfillment. Because people only find fulfillment off of materials and money because they think that's what's going to rescue them. And you see time and time again when people do get materials and money, it still don't save them. Your spirit. You need to be rich in spirit so that you can learn the principalities of gaining things from a high vibrational sense. In survival mode is where you kind of, when you're in survival mode, you ain't got nothing to give. You ain't got no risks to take. You're not finna fuck up what you got going on because you're in survival. So that kind of goes right back to the indication that people are not really connected to God, but they gloat and boast and do all this stuff. So I think this message is pretty clear here. This message is done. Probably is. So you're seeing turn of tables. Seeing the turn of tables here. And it's not even bad. It's just time for you to be able to detach from the lack and stuff like that, because it's not yours to share. Yeah, heavy on that crystal clarity. Yep. Illuminate your path with openness and insight, radiate yourself for a newfound understanding of content. Time to detach from the lack because it was never yours. You were just being generous. Of course, you were being generous. You were being of God, generous, unconditionally loving, accepting, patient, kind, everything that you already are as a person. And people just try to take advantage of that, and they don't realize that they're being tested by God, because it's like you're looking at somebody with an expectation that they owe you, or an entitlement that you're allowed to force somebody to be in a position because it suits what's going on for you in your reality for your best gain. But you're not understanding that you're being the poison to your own environment and your own evolution and stuff. So they're not really going through nothing spiritual, but they're just going through lessons of stuff. Like, and even if you weren't around, or say you never existed or whatever, they will still be going through these same lessons, because it's about acknowledging your higher self. So, when people, they will still be having these lessons, because the divine is always about pushing people to grow and to evolve here. People just couldn't see you. You're hidden in plain sight. So when people choose not to help you, or when they chose not to help you, good, because you were hidden in plain sight. They probably would have dangled that shit over your head. And they probably would have tried to hold you back even more just because they felt entitled to hold you back because they did help you. You can't get mad at the way that people use your help. When people ask for help and they have this abundant mindset, they know what it takes to push them to the next level. And they know that they don't have to take advantage of anything. They just have to be able to receive what it is that they really need in order to put themselves where they need to be. But other people, they're so selfish and greedy. They're not just taking what they need. They asses is like literally trying to fight you over what you got and don't want you to have it. And you know, when they get something, they want to, you know, flaunt it in your face and stuff and make you feel less than and everything of that nature. Simply because they want to hide that they are in survival mode. So, Lord, we're going to close this off with some money move oracles, okay? Today is Tuesday. Never thought we would be talking strongly about money and finances. Time for you to give up control, okay? Give up control to whatever the outcome is or whatever is going on here, okay? Give up control so that you can be guilt-free, okay? You can't have guilt for things that never had anything to do with you, okay? Let's close this off here. These messages were really strong today. Really strong today. Money Moves Oracle. Let's see what's going on. Ooh! Guardian Angel. You're being protected by your guardian angels right now. Heavy on the guardian angel, honey. All right. Money Moves. Money Moves Oracles. Foresight. Be farsighted and alert. Pay attention to things that are important to ensure wealth. Pay attention to things that are important to ensure wealth. What's important to you? What's important to you, not what's important to other people. What's important to you? Whatever is important to you is your truth. And whatever your truth is that alignment that you have been working so hard and trying to stay focused on. Bright ideas, take action on your ideas. Have an innovative new inspiration, test new ideas, and break out fast. It's like you were being fattened up. You were in the process of being fattened up. Now it's time for you to catapult and, you know, birth all this stuff, okay? Literally. Yep. Power. Focus on your needs. You have the power to take control of your life, career, and finances. Okay? So foresight. Be farsighted and alert. Pay attention to things that are important to ensure wealth. Bright ideas, take action on your ideas. Have an innovative new inspiration. Test new ideas, break out fast. Power, you have the power to take control of your life, career, and finances. Focus on your needs. Literally. Let's get some more helping hand. Ooh, that came out in the reverse. You're done helping the needy, okay? No one can handle it all. Need others to assist with services, increase productivity. Yeah, you're done helping the needy. Literally. You're done helping the needy. It's time to help yourself. Focus on your needs. Take action on your ideas and be alert for your own wealth. Your increased productivity, that's kind of where all this windfall is from. Increased productivity. Hyper focused on self. These people really needed you, or they really need you. And honestly, they don't need you. They needed the idea that they could control you to get what they thought they wanted. And that's why they don't have anything, or that's why they're going through the karma and the lessons. Because there is no such thing as holding somebody's inheritance hostage, or holding someone's ranking or spirituality hostage to try to get what you need out of them because of the call to go and pursue spirit. Okay? That's not, you can't put others before spirit. That's even, you know what I'm saying? That even sound weird. That's like, you know? So that's kind of, that's what slowed you down. I feel like putting others' needs before your own. It could have started off as like, first, help. Oh yeah, like I'll help you, no problem. It's just, love something here and there. But then it went from help to you just taking over the whole thing, or even just kind of bestowing this false sense of coming off of your pedestal in order to help others rise, and then they never rise. It just turns into your productivity is being traded. It's like trading your purpose in to meet the needs of others. Okay, so it don't work out, High Priestess. It never works out that way. People can't hold up your inheritance for their own needs, because notice how they never get or got what they needed. And whose fault is that? It's not yours. Okay? Yeah. This is really different here. Is that kind of you may have felt like your spiritual development or your descension or your ascension was going to be put on hold if you didn't put others before you first, because you probably thought that was the generosity that needed to be practiced in order for you to fulfill your purpose and be in your power. No, the generosity part comes from you going out there in the world and connecting with people and networking everything that is in alignment with you. That's the generosity. Okay? The generosity is not just being the free help, so that's kind of what you're calling community service, if you will. Okay? That's what it feels like. It feels so like the community service part. The community service part, you cannot trade that in for being the glue. Being the glue is not community service. Okay? The community service is actually getting out there in the world, honey, and being of service to the community. Literally, Yeah, that, because it does feel like you may have like kind of consorted with the divine, like, right now in life, I feel like it's, most important to be more, just selfless for the people that I care about. And like, you quickly learn, like, these motherfuckers do not give a shit about you. Like, yeah, you help them and you be there for them. That's what's expected. They're not going to appreciate you for that. They expect that. So you couldn't trade in the community service for being free help. That's kind of why you have been feeling so emotionally unfulfilled, and you've been feeling like your journey is done, or you got kicked out of your journey and stuff. You didn't get kicked out of your journey. You just need to redirect your focus on what the truth really is about your journey. Okay? And that's okay. That's okay. You live and you learn. But yeah, wealth. Keep up the great work. You are moving towards real wealth and prosperity. Yeah, they don't at all. Yeah. Because it's expected. That's kind of goes back to the patriarchy issue of the inheritance. You're spiritually ranked. You're highly spiritually ranked. But when you look around, you notice you're not really helping the people close to you for real. So it's like you can't trade that off as community service. And the reason why you're not helping the people around you for real is because you can't. Because it's like everything that they do or have going on, they already predestined those things in their life. You are just a part of their life, you know, a part of the lineage, a part of the family, a part of, just like any other family member or friend or you know, lover would be a part of someone's life or someone's structure. Just because you have a ranking, that does not mean that, you know, your divine magical energy is just going to take and put everybody where they think they want to be. So you could have even had people praying against you moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Praying against you moving forward because they feel like for you to stay and help would help them out a lot, because since you're chosen, you know, I have power over your ranking and stuff. No one has power over your ranking but God, honey. Tap in with God and see where that power is at, honey. And kind of guilt tripping you to stay around, even though you feel like it's tearing you to fucking shreds, okay? It's tearing you to shreds to hold yourself back, okay? So you feel out of place. And then it doesn't help that the entitlement is so heavy. They start to try to energetically swap you. Oh, you know, you fell back in life. You're far behind. You know, I know people your age that are doing this, and that. I know people that done got through certain situations and you still sitting here and this and that and blah, blah, blah. It's because I'm motherfucking trying to be an anchor for you. You know? I'm holding myself back, trying to give you a false sense of security that you still have not clung onto, because in the first place you need to create security within. You can't force someone else to give you security. Security comes from within. So that's why your ranking is very threatening. So they will try to denote you as just a family member or, you know, a friend or a helper or whatever. When they're not getting the help that they think they prayed for out of your inheritance, you don't mean anything to them, because you're supposed to be granting wishes out here, High Priestess. You so damn magical, and you got all these spiritual insights and stuff, and you do, okay, touch the needy and heal them. The fuck? Community service. Okay, seriously. Touch the needy and help them. Shit. The fuck? You walking around high rank, you ain't helping. The fuck? Where the fuck this ranking come from? You ain't even put in the fucking word. What you mean? Huh? Yeah. All that petty stuff, you know. Your inheritance is not about money, honey. So that's kind of what was going on, where people were praying against your evolution. Okay? Because they need favors for stuff that they're not going to accomplish. And the reason why they're not going to accomplish it is because they won't commit to themselves. And that's not the High Priestess's problem, okay? Because if you sit there and unpack people's problems to them, you're going to be an enemy. Because you can see why people are imbalanced. That's why God gave you the gift of discernment. Your discernment doesn't cut off just because you love people so much and you're willing to, you know, see them be the best for themselves. Your discernment is your discernment. Your discernment is your protection. So you're not in the position to help people unpack things, because they're not going to take it. They're literally going to make it out like you're attacking them. They're going to treat you like a fucking enemy. They're going to come out and be whatever monster it is that they've been suppressing. Narcissistic, lying, you know, robbing Peter to pay Paul, killing Jill to Will Hill, and doing all this shit. Because they're upset at what you truthfully see. People think that your discernment is filtered because of who they are to you. If you really connect to God and see the truth of what the fuck discernment is, you wouldn't be gloating over someone that is gifted with it, because you would hate it your damn self. Okay? For real. So it ain't what it cracked out to be. And I feel like you could have even been trying to hold back, because you like, Man, this stuff is so deep. I would hate for anybody to get hurt in my path. So you kind of was like, I'm not here to hurt nobody. I know who I am and stuff, and you know, I know what's going on with spirit and God and stuff, but I'm not here to hurt nobody. You know, it ain't about not trying to hurt nobody. It's about living in your truth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it says savings. Create savings for the future. You always need to put something off for a bad day. Okay? And this feels like energy. Saving your energy, holding your energy in. Because if you really get down there in the nitty-gritty, people ain't gonna like it, okay? You could have been saving for these investments too. These wise investments that are coming up in alignment. It all kind of goes together, you know? Preserving your energy, saving money, saving your reactions, saving your responses, saving everything, because alignment is aligning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on, wait a minute, spirit, wait a minute. I'm not finna miss out on this season. I think the fuck not. I ain't finna be the one missing the fuck out. The fuck? Not this time. Okay, we got public face. It's okay to be yourself. Follow your heart. Become who you want to be. Earn a reputation. Okay? Endings. It's time to say goodbye. The cycle is over. It's time for you to make a change. Rebirth. New beginning. Hit the reset button. You will start a new job in life. Clean sweep over. Confirmation. Shoot, new beginnings is up here twice. The end and the beginning. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, definitely on doing your best. And it's kind of weird because it's like you might be in the position of feeling like you never had an effect on anything, because the idea was not to actually help people heal or change. The idea was for people to inflate their ego with the false sense of having power over you. Okay? It was never for you to feel like you helping nobody. It was just so people can have power over you. That's all they were focused on. You. And it probably don't seem like they was focused on you because they never helped you with nothing, or they just, but their focus was having power over you. Okay? Just so they can feel a sense of security. Okay? So yeah. This is like, seriously powerful message. We're done with that.